All right, guys. Good evening. Good evening. We're getting ready for the Asian market open here. Well, actually, it opened. So we're just looking for a push toward our target of 585. That's coming up. We're getting a bit of a counter move here. So, what's the big idea? We're in this channel right now, and we're looking for the market to either test harmony zone number one, come back up at that level between 35.45, and then coming back down as a continuation trade. So that's one scenario. If the market fails to break above 25 and there's a stop run there, then we're looking for a pullback to below 600 and a break toward our target of 585. Right now the market is there's some buyers coming in here, and it looks like they're trying to stop out a lot of people above the 25s. Good evening, everybody. I'm sure everybody had dinner and ready to watch this market. Here we go. So they're running the stops. That's good. I mean, they're pushing, right? So that's good to see. I expected that, or we were targeting the 25. They picked off the 25s. You'll get a counter, and that's what we got. And also, Globex is at 685 and a half. Hey, SNK, how are you, buddy? Gym was good, man. That was my second time today. I went to the gym early in the morning, around 6 o'clock for cardio, and after I was done with the room, I hit the gym for another session. Did did chest, so that was good. Just gotta keep at it, man. It's just all about repetition. The more you do it, the better you get at it. The better you get at it, the more you want to do it, and it just becomes a good cycle. Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate it. I really do. Yeah, I feel a lot better. I mean, I lost like I was 250. That was a while back actually. I was 255. Then I dropped to 235. Now I'm at 225, and I have another 10 pounds to go. So from 225 to from 255 to 225, and I need another 10 pounds. It's amazing what happened when you stop eating, stop eating crappy food. I was like, man, I gotta starve myself a little bit. And do you know what made the biggest difference? Fasting. Are you zone support and resistance? Okay, I'm trading the Harmony trading system. So the Harmony trading system is based on algorithm that works on order order flow, but we're looking at a couple of things. Whenever the market is in momentum, you see this type of behavior where what I call it the harmony wave will start building and momentum start going in that direction. Okay, so along the way when the market wants to uh, retest, it pulls back into harmony zone number 1 and 2. So harmony zone number 1 and 2 are zones that are zones of interest, and they are a reaction zones. Just because the market gets there doesn't mean that I'm gonna go in. It means that I'm gonna evaluate the trade further for uh, dominance. Who's dominating that area? And that goes for any price. I mean, if I'm gonna come in here, I'm gonna look for dominance too. So also a lot of the stuff that we're doing, we back test through um, ultimately machine learning, and that's something that we're getting really heavy into. So when we're looking at a specific spot and price action, we're looking deeply at multiple factors like delta. We're looking at speed of the tape. We're looking at speed and expansion at 1 second, 5 second, 10 seconds. We're looking at order flow coming in and coming out of a specific candle. How much volume is in this candle? How much volume is outside that candle? Coming in, coming out. If I'm looking at, for example, harmony wave right here, I'm looking at these retest and looking for one candle reversal, and then trying to follow that push lower with orders. We also look at how the price acts and tests the opening, the synthetic open of these candles. How many times did it oscillate around the open? Because that number can actually gives you a lot of clues to the health of the movement. So there's a lot of stuff going on here. No. You'll see it once everything changes as the price changes. So for example, these targets, I mean, in this structure that we are in, they're reflecting the volatility. And once we get out of this mode to let's assume the market expands in volatility, these targets would change, and the distance between them will shift according to the volatility that we are experiencing. So in high volatility, the targets expand, and in low volatility, they contract. So it's dynamic and constantly reflective of the environment that you are in. So right now, we have a market that's all right. So at the top end of this channel, if the market comes back into 636s, then we are in a position for a pullback that breaks this this level into lower prices that could take us all the way down to 611. But that's contingent on one thing happening here, which is this candle closing lower. You guys give me a minute. I'm just gonna pick up something here. I'll be back. I mean, they're spending some time in this range here, so let them do it. We're so close to Globex. Globex is at 685, so we're not. Yeah, 685 and a half. We're not too far away from it. So a flush here into that level will set the stage for selling pressure to take over. I'm just answering a text here. All right. So on a swing trade basis, we have a market that the stop for this rotation is 685, and the target that we're looking for is more in the direction of 585 and a half and lower. And we need to start seeing some of the sellers actually take control, and that needs to happen under 685 and a half. If we fail to do that, then the market is going to break and start, consolidating in the upper ranges, and that will put that the 85.75, the 685.75 in danger. Good question. The entry and also the targets. So you have a lot of you have few targets here, right? And you could see them on top left hand corner. And basically you have target 1 to 3, which is the short term targets, and also you have target 4, 5, and 6, and all their values to the left hand corner. Okay, so the entry price is the entry price for the structure. Sometimes the actual price gets up there to your entry point, sometimes it doesn't, depend on the actual structure that you're seeing. But that whole targeting plus entry plus stop is to guide you through the process of understanding what the current structure is. And if the volatility is smaller than what we're seeing here at the open, you would see the stop is a lot smaller and the target's a lot, closer to each other. So that is the one system, and the system that overlays it is an actual swing trade system. So you have two systems on top of each other, and both of them are trying to help you out in two things. One of them is this part where you're seeing an entry, stop, and a target is guiding you through not necessarily scalping, but positioning yourself for two things. One of them is a scalp, if that's the only thing the market is giving you, and the second one is a swing trade if your scalps start to work. And then the big targets, you'll see them, are the trend and the reverse here. So the trend target is 585 and a half. So that is the big target that I'll be looking for if my scalping system is working in the like the trade is progressing. Okay, So this way you're always conscious of, you know, the short-term target and the big-term target, and you have these levels guiding you all the way through it. So the shift here happened at what is that? I mean 644, and the market came up almost to entry and came back and hit target number one, came back to entry, and now it's consolidating around entry. So we want a rejection of the entry. We don't want the market to spend too much time here, because why? Why are you spending that much time around the entry? If there is a lot of momentum, a lot of volatility, a lot of order flow, if the delta is favoring the shorts, if there's speed, uh, um, all of that stuff will contribute to prices moving a lot faster than they are right now. So we're not seeing a lot of momentum, but you know, the market is, it's the Asian session. What we've noticed lately is Asian session will start picking up. I mean, we had good. Yesterday was a little bit rough. The day before that, we made money. The day, I mean, all last week we had like one trade. Um, we just do one or two trades and kind of be done. Here we go. We're seeing this push. That's good. That's a short area. Now there's one level here, 626. If we get to 626, that is a captain setup short, and that will set the stage for the prices going to 20 and 11 and 13. So two things we're looking for. First one is a break below 35. Second one is a break below 26. That will confirm the presence of shorts and heavy pressure that will push the price lower. We could see 604, you have the whole number, you're gonna work through that one a little bit and then hit the swing trade target of 585 and a half. Let's assume that did not happen. Like this order, this candle closes higher. Then that premise is on hold. There's nothing to do. There's no trade to take. Do I want to go long if it busts through that level above 660? I think it will pick up some momentum. You know, but that doesn't mean I want to jump in on that. Probably I'll wait for it to pull back and then confirm, and then I'll take a shot at it. Because typically the first break is always one that gets challenged. Hey, Muhammad, how are you? If the premise is short and it doesn't trigger it, that means it's going to trigger the opposite of it, long. And here is where what I was saying. If they don't trigger it, you're jumping up and breaking that level. Do I want to jump in immediately there? No. Because just because this specific scenario did not come through, that wouldn't mean that they wouldn't just jump it and fail break it back in and then sell it off. So if I'm gonna go long, I'm gonna let them run it and come back and retest and show me buyer dominance and reclaim of the price structure. And once they do that, then I will go long. So we can see that the price has been doing a couple of things. One of them, oscillating around the synthetic open. And in a momentum market, that behavior is very short lived. They may oscillate once or twice, under 3 times, and then boom, price action just go. In a non-momentum consolidated market, you see them do this, where they just go back and forth, hit the synthetic open, trade above it a little bit, trade under it a little bit, spend a lot of time in the middle. Okay, so that tells me something. That tells me the market is a non-directional, non-committal, and there's a fight going on. Okay, so do I want to be part of the fight, or do I want to see the fight conclude and then participate on the winning direction? How would I know? One of the places I would know is under 684, because it will trigger everybody that put a stop under Globex, because that's a balance area. So that's just the first thing. Once we get to that level, what do I want them to do? Even if they pull back, do they hit the synthetic open? And once they do that, do they oscillate again, or do they reject it immediately? A quick rejection is an entry. If I'm a trapper, if the market is trying to trap, how would they do it? And who would be trapped here? I'm always asking. Yep, synthetic open. So what is the synthetic open? So these candles are Ninja Rinko candles. They are range candles called Ninja Rinko. The difference between them and a typical range candle, it has a wick and a range beyond the body of a range candle. So you see these wicks, and then that's the range. So it's not a time chart at all. It does not factor time whatsoever. It just factors motion. So these candles, they have the actual open, which is called the transitional price, and then it has what they call a synthetic open. So for example, that's the thing. We almost have to see another candle open up for you to see this clearly, but I'll explain it. So the prior candle, that's not gonna work. Okay, here you go. All right. So this candle closed, right? So immediately the next candle after it opened up at 54.75. So that is called the transitional price. That's the open of that current candle. The synthetic open is that price under it. You see where it's a doji or a line. That's called the synthetic open. When the price closed that prior candle into the new one, that synthetic open under it was not hit yet. But the way they built these Ninja Rinko candles, it shows an open of that candle down there. So it's not a real open. They called it a synthetic open. And that does not mean that the price cannot go in there and start to play games and stuff like that. But just from the construction of a candle, you have the normal transitional open and the price that it will be built on the candle, but the price has not gotten there yet. And it's called the synthetic open. So once this candle closes, you'll see it in a new candle. What's so good about these candles is they are factoring only price movement in space. It doesn't factor in time. And I find them extremely helpful because ask yourself a question: what pays you? Does time pay you or price movement pays you? So like if I lump future prices in a 5 minute candle, you will find out that you're missing so much information, because within that 5 minutes the market would have made 2 3 signals that I recognize, but all what you're looking at is a one block of 5 minutes that does not have the internals of that actual candle. 5 minutes is a lifetime in the futures market. And taking noise out of your calculation is taking time out of your calculation, because time is never going to pay you. I mean, unless you play options, you play theta, and you play all this stuff, time decay and stuff like that. I mean, that time is a factor, but if you're dealing with just price movement, this will measure movement. So like we could sit here for half an hour, and if this candle does not close below 35, you'll still be doing this little dance back and forth, and the candle will never close, and it will be an hour from now. So the candle does not close because you passed in time. It closes if you actually complete a move. So the move, for example, in this rotation was from 91 all the way up to 17. So that's at 26 points, right? Then it opened up. It has a synthetic open, which is at 611, and closed to 623. So from the open to the close is from 16 to 23. Actually, it's 16. Let's call it 16, 23. So you're looking at 7 points. It's 6.5 points actually. So 6.5 points each candle closing, and when the market reverses is between 20 to 26 points, depending on how big the wick is. Here it comes. Okay, I came up to it. It needs to close. That's the part about trading, was hurry up and wait. That's what we're doing right now. Here you go. Okay. So that is the beginning. That's the beginning of the move. Let's take a look here. All right. So we're looking for that 26. We got our first part. Now we want to see the 27. If that happens, or the 26.75, that will constitute a captain setup short. Then we are looking for 20.10 and a break to our swing trade target of 585. The stop to that rotation is 655.75. I can start getting in here on a exploratory, position, and then look for an ad at 626 and a stop at 655. But I rather see the signal produce an actual signal, which is 626 and a quarter. That's what I want to see. Mm-mm. Yeah, they're not. They're not. There's no follow through. Well, good to know. Will we have follow through on the long side? A reversal here, that's a switch trade. I mean, that candle closing higher will get us to 70 quickly. We traded, I mean, while we're waiting for this thing to, I ended up taking this short. This short, you guys saw that whoever was in the room early on during the morning session got stopped out here. We ended up like $1,900 for the day, but most of it, like, okay, so that's an example where the market sells off, comes back to retest. You have a harmony wave, and then the market tests the trend line, and then retest. And this retest was actually kind of nasty, but they ended up holding on to that level. My stop was literally one tick above that 1975 at 20, and it never got there. And then flushed under Globex. See, Globex. Globex is always important, but there's an expectation here when you're around Globex is to see that type of behavior, not to see a behavior where the market gets here and then flip back up. That doesn't tell you that the sellers are in control. It tells you that the fight is still on. They have to conclude this fight one way or another. I mean, if they get to 636, close that. Okay. They may make a believer out of me. Uh, it's a good observation, and a lot of it, like when you're looking at order flow, like the tape and order flow, and you're looking at value high, value low. You're looking at some of the other software out there, especially if you're looking like for icebergs and stuff like that. I feel like it adds more questions than answers, because a lot of the stuff that you're seeing on these flickering level twos are deceptive by design. So I needed to kind of take order flow and visualize it in a way that is a lot clearer for me to understand. So that is another thing that could lead us to this. I mean, you're not gonna understand this, but whenever I see these green dots, it's telling me that this price is holding that level, and that's a hold. Under that hold, there is order flow information that gives us that state. So when I see that here, I need to go short, till that flips right here, and it flipped. And when I go long here, I'm looking for that as protection, and then I keep going till that is violated. And what's going to happen if this market keeps going higher? The order flow is going to have a pivot point within it, where, for example, the speed shifts, delta will shift negative, for example, and at that point you'll get one of these in there, and that tells you, okay, the market is shifting. So here you go. I mean, that's the decision they wanted to make. Good for them. I personally am not gonna take that, but it's con, it cons, okay. So that question, fast or slow? I mean, they can trap you just as well with fast prices and slow prices. I mean, like, it's the context in which price is moving. So when, yeah, so when they are fat, here we go, here we go. You're looking at a trap. You may be looking at it. Switch trade and they hit that level and reversed. Okay. And there is actually a captain set up short on the 20 NT Rinko. So there's a distribution level in between 58 and 66. So let's see how they handle the pushback up. I mean, if they push back up to 54, that could be a thing. Ultimately, the judge of this move is going to be Globex, 35. You continue to trade above it and spend a lot of time, then you are going to flip back and go higher. If you start bleeding anything under 635 with speed, then the swing trade target is going to be 585. And that is the big target that we're looking for on a swing trade basis. So I'll give you an example, George. So there's two Georges, me and you, and I like that name. Speed. So for example, if the market does not hit the synthetic open, there is an 87% chance that this candle will close lower, which means about 6.5 points lower. And then that 80% becomes 66% on the second candle, then it goes down to 54%, and then it keeps decreasing as you go from 1 to 5 candles. And from 5 to 10 candles, it keeps decreasing. That doesn't mean it cannot continue to go in that direction, because we see 10 and 20 candle moves. But over the life of these candles, statistics are that. Okay. So that's the first thing. So if we are in this area and all of a sudden this price close and the second candle quickly and immediately close, the two candle combination will have an 84% chance that the third candle will close lower. So where do I know that information from? Machine learning. I put the candles into a data collection algo, then in an analyzer, then into machine learning, and I'm asking the data specific questions about what's happening within the candle and what's happening, the candle after that, and the candle after that, and the candle after that. And speed, when you go to the granular part of how a candle moves, is a big factor. But what one of the things, the outputs that I got from this experience is a fast market that comes back to retest the synthetic open tends to reverse on you more often than a slow market that will just simply do this, where it sells off, comes back, never touches the synthetic open, and then slowly bleed, then start speeding up. So that's a function of slow, fast. Which one is better? It's never which one is better. It's what's the context in which we're talking about. So we're not seeing a retest of that candle. the question, will I trade this? There's better spots in price action. I mean, this is a non-directional slop of price action going back and forth. They're not necessarily decisive. They flushed people to the upside, give him the impression of a continuation for a reversal, and then reverse that candle. Now, if it's a momentum market, do you expect that behavior? No. What do you expect? Candle 1, candle 2, candle 3, candle 4. You could get very close to the 85 and pull back one or two candles and come back and bust through the whole thing and trap everybody. That would be a momentum market. Asian market at 8 o'clock, Central. Yeah. Sloppy. I mean, between now and 8:30, we may start getting Hong Kong opens, I guess. Yeah, we'll start seeing some stuff moving. Hey, Futures, how are you, buddy? Man, no action this after evening so far, at least. They may come to life here in a minute since you came in. Just the fact that they are even at this level, which is 660, tells me that, yeah, the shorts are just not don't have enough strength here. There's just enough for them to flip, and then they get flipped back. Non-directional market. So the earlier idea that we were talking about did not come through. We were looking for the initial move, which we had, then the second move into 627, producing a captain setup short. So if you want to see what that would look like, there's a couple of examples. That's one of them, right there. Hey, Becca. Hey, good to see you. A captain setup right here. So that's, see the idea, George, that we were talking about earlier on, about if they close that candle to 26, they'll give us a captain setup. Well, that would be a captain setup right there. And if I see that, that would be a reason for me to go short, and then the market has the great potential of doing something similar to that. It didn't do it. It actually started flipping back up. Okay. No signal, no trade. Let's see if we can see another one here. They're hard to come by. Oh, look at that one. That's a good looking one. Captain setup long on, that's a long one on the 100. I mean, excuse me, on the 70. So that one is the long side. And the market just flipped, went back one candle and shot up. So that's what I'm looking for too. That's another captain setup long. Retraced, boom. That's a decent move. That's the 6-prong captain setup. That's even better. And they are definitely a rarity. Oh, you did? Oh, it did? Good for you. Which one are you talking about? Which captain setup? Oh, you're talking about this one. That happened today. Oh, the short? Yeah. Oh, so that got you to another payout with Apex? Good for you. Man, you're killing it. Excellent. How many accounts are you getting paid out on this one? You get, I know you have 20. Is that a 20 account payout? That captain setup was solid too, and it happened, during that time when the market is volatile. There was a whole lot of speed going on in that one, especially whenever you see them putting a wick. Oh, just 7 accounts. Hey, 21 grand. Ain't nothing wrong with that, Becca. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Good job. Yeah, I mean, these captain setups are solid. Even when some of them fail, when they fail, it's a signal anyway, because it's just such a pivot point. No, No, no trades so far. I'm just still waiting. I mean, you see how slow the market is. It's just not. I was looking for a captain setup on the 70, and it just got close. Got close to it hit Globex and it punched back up, and it just I left it alone. Like if it closed to 27, then I would have been in that one short. They're inching it higher, but it's not really convincing either. Look at the 20 Ninzarenko. They had a captain set up in that same spot, and now they're running it over. So look at that. So now you got two switch trades in a row. They have a good chance at breaking 685. So I'm looking for reasons to go short, and just the market not proving any of it. Which companies you're trying to build them with? Yeah, yeah. The only thing you gotta be careful with is just it's just such a slow market, the Asian market. I mean, sometimes it moves, but unless you're gonna trade 24 hours a day, you're interested in MFF. Yeah, it's a good company. So I thought you had 5 accounts with them already. She trades 20 accounts. It's a trade copier. So for example, oh, okay, just one account with them. Okay, see that, George? That's a trade copier. So I could make a parent account and attach it to one account and then copy it to as many accounts as I want to. So I make one decision and that will copy across 20. Oh, TPT and Tradeify. Okay. Oh, that's excellent, man. I gotta look these guys up. I've been trading just Apex. To be honest with you, I need to branch out a little bit and trade other companies. Yeah, that's silly. So yeah, I mean, when you're copying, obviously, and you're copying 20 accounts, um, you want to look for the highest quality trade. One of the highest quality trades is a setup we call captain setup switch trade, where you're getting, um, I mean, here you go. That's a captain setup right there. So that's a good one. I'm trying to show you one where it's a captain switch. I mean, that's an example of it. I mean, that's a six-prong captain setup with a switch trade right here. And those with an entry right above that 600, and you're looking for a push. So, but I typically like that to be a little bit closer to the actual setup. And those are very high probability events with a very strict controls. You start small and you just keep adding to it as it moves in your direction. And those you feel I feel comfortable, doing 20 accounts in. You have other setups where um, so I'm gonna look for as many of those to put in my account as possible. There's other high quality setups, but they're just have to depend on the environment. Like switch trades, these switch trades, especially double switch trades. Whenever you see those in a faster moving market, the next move here should be higher, and you could I can get involved in the pullback into that with a stop at 48. We don't have momentum for that type of market or for that many accounts. I think when you when you copy 20 accounts, you stop breathing for a little bit. So you just want to make sure that at least if you're gonna stop breathing, that you put your trade in a trade that you feel comfortable with. Right, Becca? Because I know you stopped breathing a few times. Closing your eyes is another strategy. You put your trade, you copy 20 accounts, you know your stop, you know your target. It's not like you're going to change it. And there's no sense in looking because you're just torturing yourself at that point. Just let it be. Close your eyes, walk away, come back. You either made money or you didn't. Yeah, that's what I was telling SNK earlier on. I hit the gym for the second time today. My first morning session, I did cardio about 6 o'clock in the morning. Then after lunch, I went and did some chest, did sauna. Felt good. I'm 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 trying to get there. Trying to get there. I got 25 pounds to go. All I gotta do is just make it to the gym. That's all I gotta do. Yeah, I tell you, that's a game changer to me, man. I dropped so much weight on that, and it's really not as hard as people think it is. Just on Sunday, from Sunday to Monday, 24 hours from dinner to dinner. Just I zip it, no eating. Drink teas and coffees and whatever, but no eating during that window. It's a 24 hours and you don't feel it, but you're cutting at a minimum of 3 to 4,000 calories or close to it, maybe 3,500 calories. So that's a pound a week just by doing nothing but stop eating for that hour. And not only that, but you feel lighter, your mind is working a lot better, you know. I I'm big on fasting, big time. And if you do the research on it, it tells you that it helps with autophagy, which is cell regeneration and cleansing of a lot of dead cells that your body has. So that's, you know, if the research is true, which there's a lot of corroboration that it is, then that's just an added plus. Yeah, see that's a good point. And the thing that I read on is if you fast for 3 days consecutive, 72 hours, that's when you start digging into your muscle mass. But 24 hours, you really kind of not really even remotely getting to the muscles, and you're just going through the fat that you're accumulating and digging in it. And if you do it like I do it once a week, like Sunday to Monday, you know, and once in a couple of months I'll do a 3 day fast, and that's just kind of get dig a little bit deeper. But I don't do it more often than that. Oh man, I have the worst sweet tooth. I really do. I mean, I like my desserts, but guess what? Once a week, once a week, I I lock I lock my fridge for 24 hours. Even if I try to open it, I can't. I'm just joking. I'm not. I don't have a lock on my fridge, but I just I keep walking by it, wanting to open it, and I tell myself, don't do it. Just don't do it. look into fasting, and 24-hour fasting is doable. It's really doable, and you do it once, you will fall in love with it. You really will. It's one of the fastest ways to two things. Um, Fasted cardio in the morning, like get on a bike first thing on an empty stomach. That digs in fat more faster than anything. And once a week, 24-hour fast. That's the combo. That's the winner. Winner, winner. And what we got going on here, we got a captain setup short on the 50. They're teasing me. They want me to come in. 55. So what's the expectation? This is an actual signal to go short with targets to 35 and a target to 620 and a stop at 673. Do I feel like taking it? Not really, but it is a signal though. Right here. 54, 55. Yeah, I mean they know they have those different windows like intermittent fasting. Here we go. That's a mover. That's gonna start working here. That's a rejection of the synthetic open. A close of that candle under 43 will speed up price action. There's people who do a lot of intermittent fasting. If that works for them, that's great. I eat anytime I want to. I'm not restricted by a window, but it's that 1 day a week, 24-hour deal. That's one thing. And I do cardio in the morning, fasted. Then I take a fiber drink that literally is amazing. That fiber drink is like, I didn't realize this, but I would literally take it in the morning and don't realize I didn't eat till like lunch or sometimes even later. And I'm like, I didn't eat lunch or a breakfast. But because that look up this thing. Psyllium husk. So I actually am gonna put it. This is, by the way, not a medical advice. I'm not a doctor. Don't sue me. I'm just telling you what I do. Even if you sue me, you're not getting nothing anyway. So take a look at this. Psyllium husk. Oh yeah, this is gonna change. Literally, it's a life changer to me. Let me see. What are the health benefits of psyllium husk? Here we go. Boom. You never thought you're gonna come to a trading room and get psyllium husk fiber advice, but here it comes. Take a look at it. That did more for me to curb my appetite. I tell everybody, by the way, half of my family is on GLP and peptides. Like literally, just about everybody in my family is like, everybody's trying to lose weight. They don't like exercise, and that's fine. Not judging nobody, and I tell them, if you try psyllium husk just for 1 week, it in my my opinion, it does a better job curbing your appetite than any GLP out there. And it doesn't have any of the side effects. Plus, it's really good for your digestive health. Look it up. I take that in the morning, and man, I tell you, it's. I have the link down here, Becca. It's called psyllium husk. So and I have a formula that I'll share with you guys. You get 1 tablespoon. Do you see it? Okay. 1 tablespoon of psyllium husk. 1 tablespoon of. I'm gonna say this, and we have to go back to trading. But 1 tablespoon of psyllium husk. 1 tablespoon of chia seeds. Then a pinch of cinnamon, a pinch of a little bit of salt, pinch of salt, and a little bit of ACV, apple cider vinegar. Just put it in water, about a 1/4 cup, quickly, and before it starts gelling, because that's what it does, drink it. So what it does, it goes into your stomach, and it starts sucking all the fluids and the acids, stomach acids. And it starts sucking, guess what, bile. So when it does that, your liver has to reproduce and replenish the bile that got sucked through the psyllium husk. So it goes into your bloodstream and start picking up cholesterol to make more bile. So if somebody has high cholesterol, your doctor will advise you to take fiber, but specifically psyllium husk, because it has a lot of studies of the great benefits to your digestive health and your lipid profile. But take a look, see if it's something that you are interested in. Not a medical advice. Consult your doctor. You can get it from anywhere. Go to Amazon. I'll get you one that I know it's top notch. Definitely go organic. Let me pick you something that I know works. Yeah, get the organic psyllium husk powder. Here you go. Now, let me see. Now is a great company. I just bought from them ceremonial cacao, and let me see here. Yeah, this is a good one. All right, I'll put it in here. I stay away from anything that, well, I'm not gonna say I stay from capsules, but when it comes to psyllium husk, you just need the powder. So this is from Amazon. Now Food Supplement, that company is legit. So, and that specific item had 24,000 reviews at 4.5. So it has good. Did my link go through or no? Hold on. I don't know what's going on here. It doesn't want to go. But let me put the description, and you just look it up on Amazon. That's the description. Hey, Becca, just take the description, put it on Amazon, and okay. So that captain setup is not. You take that in the morning. I'm not gonna like. You tell me after a week your honest opinion and what you noticed. So I'm not gonna. I shared with you what I think. What it did for me. But it definitely curbed my appetite in a big way. All right, let's see one more time if they want to sell it off below that 50. I mean, they're not wanting to do nothing here. Low float, low volume, low volatility, and just chop, producing a captain setup and not. We need momentum. This has been the slowest Asian session I've seen for some time. Anyway, guys, I'm on a mission. So I gotta keep going at it till I get there. You break even on some micros. I'm telling you, this bad boy ain't going nowhere. Here we go. This is one more time. And it looks like it's gonna be there. It may be worth one contract here if they close under that 50. Yeah. Let me see here. What is that price? 47.5. Go. Speed up. Took one off. I want more out of this. I mean, they took out the stops and they're trying to buy him. Even if it goes up to 54, I'll short some more. But I just want to see them flush and hold the flush. Here it comes. These guys are something else. All right. It needs to go under 35 actually. Yeah, and it here we go. Let me see here. Let's think it through. You could see the spread in this market. That's a 6 pound captain setup, man. If they go up there and stop me out, then good for them. I'll take a stop all day on something that looks like this. But I don't think that's gonna happen. I think they're just gonna speed up here in a minute. You're about to get it, baby. You're about to get it. Here it comes. Come on. You're about to get it. There's a lot of stops under 28. And there's a lot of stops above 70 too. So, I mean, it's... You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Stop breaking 40. 40 is the one where when you start breaking it, you're gonna start speeding up. Because that'll take you to 35 very quickly. And if you look at the 70 NT Rinko, it's showing a captain setup too. So you have 50 NT Rinko and 70 NT Rinko. So if they go up to 70 and pick me off, then good for them. I'll take that loss any time of the week. If anything, they go up a little bit to 54, I'll take another contract. I know. I mean, I covered one. Ultimately, we need to break under 50, need to break under 40. I mean, my stop is 16 points away, which is legit. I mean, we have a small profit into the trade overall. Good. Good for them, man. Good for them. All right, I'm trimming down on this position. It's either going to happen or it's not. And the fact that they flipped it one more time tells me my stop is going to get hit. There you go. Thank you very much. I know. I know. That's when it was the last time we saw 2, 4, 6, 7. 7 captain setup short. And with it is the what you call it captain setup on the 70. It's not just a 50. I'll tell you, I'll take it. I'll take it every day of the week. I'll take it every single time with a smile. Gold is dropping. Okay. Oh man, it's already almost 9 o'clock. Wow. I guess time time goes fast when you're losing money, huh? Well, that's good that I made a little bit today, right? Oh, you were in short too? No, man. 9 out of 10, I see something like that. I'm all over that. 9 out of 10. Well, I mean, today I ended up at 1900, so minus 5. If that sticks around, but it's not gonna stick around. We'll find another good trade anyway. We'll be all right. It's like if you're playing poker and you're sitting on the poker table and you have two aces in your hand. You have two aces. You got this one made, and the douchebag in front of you runs up a lucky hand into a flush and bust out your aces. What are you gonna do? You're gonna flip out? You're gonna lose your temper? You're gonna go on tilt? No. You had aces. Aces are gonna get beat from time to time. That one was an ace. Two aces. Two aces got beat. I'm good with that. I wouldn't be surprised futures if they flip it back in to 660. If they do that, that would be not a bad idea for me to re-enter. But need to get to bed anyway. I know. That's fine. I'm taking a picture of this one. All right. So if that's how the market is positioning themselves, what's the natural target for them against that captain setup failure at this point is going to 710. 676. Yeah. Man, I hope it works out for you on that one. I mean, they tend to try to retest, but a six prong captain setup on the 50 and the 70 is typically good enough on most days. Yeah, there's a lot of butts. 40s, yeah. I mean, 40s, if you get to 40s, man, you're getting to 20s. That means that they are recycling back under Globex, and that's just going to pick up momentum on its own. I don't know. I'm just yawning here. Did you, Becca? I don't know. Did you jump in on this mess that Captain set up? It's a six-prong Captain setup, and 70 NT Rinko is the same thing. I don't know if you played. You said you can't trade where you at right now in the evening. She probably left. That's good. Well, that probably saved her some money. It's 9 o'clock, guys. I think I'm gonna try to call it a night. One and done. And we'll see you guys bright and early on tomorrow morning. I am praying for you, futures. I don't know. SNK is short. Are you short too? Oh, you're long. You're long? Good for you. Huh. All right, guys. I'm gonna call it. Good luck, everybody. If you're short, good luck. If you're long, congratulations. And we'll do this in the morning when there's actually action. I mean, that's a very interesting formation. I took a shot of it. The only thing I could think of is the fact that we're so close to the averages. Like we're very close to the middle of the range, and typically you want to see separation between the captain and the middle of the range. Like for example, this. Like that one that happened earlier. Where is it? Yeah, that one. Captain setup. Well, I mean, that one actually not even true. I mean, that's really on the average. Typically, when you see them higher or lower away from the average, they typically, outperform. But sometimes you're gonna have to lose money. That's it. No matter what you do, you're gonna lose money. All right, guys, take care. Smile and trade, and we'll see you tomorrow.